Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Nam. I was a part of group 4. I will be continuing on the presentation. So after we got all of our questions answered for the Uncle Jim's yard problem, I then took on the task of calculating how much topsoil we'd need. To do this, I first started by calculating the dimensions of his yard. I did this by using the photo we were given as part of the problem as well as the scale. So I measured the total square footage of his lot of land to be 80 feet by 100 feet. I then knew from the information given to us in the original problem that we would need 4 inches of topsoil. So I converted inches to feet to get 0.3334 feet. So to get cubic feet, I then multiplied the 80 by 100 by the 0.3334. That gave me a total of 2,666.67 cubic feet. The next step I then took to figure out the total cubic feet of the yard was then I decided I would calculate the area of the driveway and the area of the house and subtract that from the total cubic feet of the yard. And I decided to work in cubic feet because the topsoil itself is sold in quarter cubic yards. And cubic feet is easy to transition to cubic yards. So starting with the driveway, I measured that to be 20 feet by 40 feet. And then again, I multiplied that by the 0.3334 feet to get 266.667 cubic feet. The house I then separated into 2 rectangles to make it easiest to measure. And I measured the first rectangle to be 30 by 20 feet, which I then multiplied by 0.3334 to get a total of 200 cubic feet. And the second rectangle actually was the same dimensions as the driveway. So I just added the 200 to the 266.667 to get the area of the house to be 466.667 cubic feet, which I then added to the area of the driveway for a total of 733.33334 cubic feet for the total of the house and the driveway. I then took the house and the driveway and subtracted that from the total cubic feet of the yard to get a total of 1,933.33333 repeating cubic feet. Which then took cubic feet and converted it to cubic yards. I did this by using the conversion of 1 cubic yard is 3 cubic feet to get a total of 644.4444 cubic yards of topsoil needed. I rounded this up to be easier number to work with to 644.5 cubic yards needed for the soil. The next step in the problem was to figure out how much topsoil can Uncle Jim carry alone in his truck. Thankfully, with our questions we'd asked above, we got the dimensions of his truck bed to be 80 inches by 69 inches by 20 inches. I converted that first into feet and then into yards to get and then I multiplied all three together to get the area of the truck bed to be 2.366 cubic yards, which I rounded to be 2.25 cubic yards. The next step I then took was to figure out, okay, how many truckloads of topsoil would it take Uncle Jim to get all the topsoil that he needs to his house? So I took the 644.5 and I divided that by 2.25 to be 287 truckloads needed to get all the topsoil to the house from the store. I next wanted to compare that to the delivery. So my next step there was to look at how much each delivery truck could hold. So again, I know I need 644.5 cubic yards. Each truckload for delivery can carry 18 cubic yards. So I took 644.5 divided by 18 to get 35.8 or 36 truckloads. We also then knew the cost of delivery per truckload was $30 per our questions above. So I took 36 times 30 to get $1,080 for the cost of delivery.